Have you ever stared at the palm of your hand and wondered, what do these lines really mean? Are they just random creases formed over time, or do they carry a hidden message, one written deep into your very being? Throughout history, mystics, sages, and prophets have claimed that the human body holds signs of destiny, and that your palms might just be a divine manuscript. Among these symbols, two have sparked a particular fascination. The mysterious M symbol and the delicate crescent moon mark, both said to be signs of someone chosen, someone with a purpose far beyond the ordinary. But what if I told you that these marks may not be as rare as you think, and that 2025 is not just another year on the calendar, but a spiritual threshold, a year many believe will awaken hidden gifts and bring those marked by destiny into the light? In today's video, we're going to dive deep into a powerful, often overlooked wisdom, the spiritual signs on your palm. We'll explore what they mean, who they might appear to, and why they matter now more than ever. As someone who has spent years researching the intersection of ancient traditions, spiritual symbolism, and modern consciousness, I believe we're entering a time when these signs are no longer just folklore. They're called to remember who you are and why you're here. Over the next 9 parts, we'll uncover the hidden power of the M and crescent moon signs, the profound teachings behind palm markings in ancient cultures, how these signs connect to the great spiritual prophecies about humanity's future, and why so many believe 2025 is the year of awakening for the chosen ones. If you've ever felt different, if you've ever sensed that you were born for something greater, then this message is for you. Let's begin. To understand the weight behind these mysterious palm signs, we need to go back to the 16th century, where one man dared to write about the future in a way that still echoes through time. That man was Nostradamus, one of the most enigmatic and studied prophets in human history. Born in 1503, Nostradamus was not only a physician during the time of the plague, but also a gifted seer who compiled over 1,000 cryptic verses called quatrains that claimed to foretell events centuries beyond his own lifetime. Many of these predictions were so uncanny that scholars and skeptics alike have struggled to explain them away. He spoke of the rise and fall of empires, of catastrophic world wars, the assassination of presidents, and even the tragic events of 9/11 events so precisely described that they left readers breathless. But here's what most people don't know. Nostradamus didn't just write about nations or disasters. He also made references to unique individual souls born under special signs, those marked by what he described as celestial symbols in the flesh. Among these hidden signs, he mentioned the sacred M, a marking often visible in the palm lines of extraordinary individuals, and the crescent moon, which he linked to divine guidance and inner awakening. He wrote, "From the hand shall rise the mark of the chosen, curved by the moon and crowned by the seal of wisdom." Mysterious? Yes, but for those with open eyes, this was more than poetic metaphor. It was a spiritual roadmap. These symbols, he hinted, would reappear as the world approached a time of great change, a time not of destruction, but of awakening. A time like 2025. As we begin to connect the dots, one question begins to stir in the soul. Could these ancient prophecies be pointing people alive right now? Could you be one of them? In the next section, we'll explore the meaning of these signs in greater detail, starting with the mysterious M. Now, let's turn our attention to something that has fascinated palm readers, spiritual seekers, and mystics for centuries: the letter M that sometimes appears in the center of the palm. This isn't just some random coincidence of skin creases. The M is formed when 3 major lines of the hand, the lifeline, the headline, and the heart line intersect in a particular way. And when an additional supporting line, sometimes called the fate line or Mount of Saturn, reinforces this pattern, a clear and unmistakable M begins to emerge. But what does this mean? In palmistry, the M has long been seen as a powerful indicator of inner strength, intuitive intelligence, and spiritual purpose. It is said to appear on the palms of natural-born leaders, individuals who are not only wise and perceptive, but also deeply connected to their instincts. These are the people who see beyond the surface, who can detect deception effortlessly, and who often feel guided as though they're meant for something greater. They're the ones who inspire others, challenge the status quo, and often find themselves at the center of transformational movements. What's even more intriguing is that people with this M marking are usually drawn to truth, even when it's uncomfortable. They are not content to live an ordinary life. Whether they become teachers, healers, entrepreneurs, or quiet spiritual warriors, they tend to influence others, not just by words, but by example. And throughout history, we've seen this pattern repeatedly. From ancient leaders to modern visionaries, the presence of this sacred symbol in the palm has often accompanied moments of great social evolution, times when humanity needed bold thinkers, clear voices, and courageous hearts. So, if you've ever looked at your hand and noticed this pattern, maybe it's not just a coincidence. Maybe it's a calling. In the next part, we'll look deeper into the crescent moon sign, another mysterious marking tied to prophecy, intuition, and destiny. Now let's journey even deeper into the mysterious symbol that so often accompanies the letter M on the palm, the crescent moon. This delicate curve, usually seen near the Mount of Luna, the lower outer edge of the palm, isn't just a shape, it's a vibration, a spiritual frequency. Across ancient cultures, from Sumerians and Egyptians to Hindus and indigenous tribes, the crescent moon has always stood for transformation, intuition, and divine feminine energy. But what does it mean when the symbol appears on the palm of a person? Spiritually speaking, those marked with the crescent moon are often said to be highly intuitive, even empathic. They don't just think, they feel. They sense changes in energy. They're deeply aware of the emotional undercurrents in a room, and they often pick up on things others overlook. These individuals are natural healers, sometimes through traditional medicine, sometimes through creative expression, and often just by being present. Their energy calms chaos. Their words restore clarity, and their presence opens a door to peace. They are often introverted, not because they are shy, but because they are inwardly tuned, constantly processing the energies of others and of the universe itself. These are the ones who might not speak often, but when they do, their voice carries truth that resonates in the soul. In spiritual communities, they are the intuitives, the seers, the dreamers. They are drawn to roles in healing, in sacred arts, in vision-driven workplaces where their sensitivity is not a weakness but a superpower. You'll often find them as artists, therapists, spiritual guides, or quiet revolutionaries, working behind the scenes to realign the soul of society. If you see a crescent moon marking on your palm, it may be a sign that your soul carries an ancient wisdom, one not bound by logic, but by intuition, empathy, and universal connection. And when the M symbol and the crescent moon appear together in one palm, something extraordinary is often unfolding. Up next, we'll explore exactly that. What it could mean when these two rare markings converge in the same hand, and why 2025 may be the year the world starts noticing. For centuries, mystics, astrologers, and visionaries have looked to the future not to predict doom, but to help humanity prepare. Among them, Nostradamus stands as one of the most enigmatic, and within his cryptic verses, 2025 emerges as a pivotal year, a time unlike any other. According to multiple interpretations of his quatrains, 2025 marks the beginning of a collective spiritual awakening, a time when the world will not only change on the outside, but shift from within. We're talking about the collapse of outdated structures, political systems built on control rather than compassion, financial systems rooted in greed over equality, and ecological practices that have long ignored the sacred balance of nature. These aren't just distant headlines, they're signs of a global metamorphosis. And as the old gives way, something profound begins to rise. A new consciousness, guided by individuals with unique spiritual signatures. And who are these individuals? According to ancient wisdom and echoed in the metaphysical community, they are those who bear sacred marks, such as the letter M and the crescent moon on their palms. They are the bridge between what was and what's becoming. In 2025, many of these individuals will begin to sense a deep inner calling, one that cannot be ignored. Whether they are teachers, artists, scientists, or spiritual guides, their mission will be the same: to awaken the soul of humanity, one act of courage, compassion, or insight at a time. We are also entering a powerful cosmic alignment, a convergence of planetary energies that hasn't occurred in centuries. This isn't pseudoscience. Even astronomers and quantum physicists agree that the energy of the universe impacts human consciousness in ways we are only beginning to understand. In ancient traditions, such energetic windows were considered portals, moments when transformation is not only possible, but inevitable. So when the signs appear on your palm, and when the year 2025 calls your name, perhaps it's time to ask not what is changing the world, but who you are being called to become within it. And that brings us to an even deeper revelation: how to know if you are one of the chosen. So what if you looked at your palm and realized you bear the sacred marks, the M formed by the life, heart, and head lines, and the crescent moon shimmering subtly near your wrist or Mount Luna? What then? Well, if 2025 is a year the cosmic gates open, then you are standing at the threshold. The signs are not just symbolic, they are active indicators of what your soul is preparing to experience. Here are 5 powerful shifts you may begin to encounter if you carry these markings. 1. An unshakable surge in intuition. Your inner knowing becomes louder, clearer, and harder to ignore. It's as if the static of the world fades, and you're tuning into a higher frequency. You'll feel drawn to people, places, or ideas without knowing why, only to later realize they were exactly what you needed. Dreams may become vivid. Synchronicities multiply. You're no longer guessing, you're remembering. 2. A major transformation in your life path. Jobs may fall away. Relationships may shift. The things that once held meaning might begin to dissolve, making space for what truly aligns with your purpose. It may feel chaotic at first, but it's divine reorganization. Your old life is breaking open, so your soul's mission can finally breathe. 3. Unexpected opportunities for leadership. Even if you've never seen yourself as a leader, others will start looking to you for guidance. People will sense a different energy in you, one that feels stable, wise, and trustworthy. You may find yourself speaking out, stepping up, or creating something that influences others in profound ways. 4. A deepening connection to spirit. Meditation becomes easier. Nature speaks to you. You might feel the presence of guides, ancestors, or higher intelligence around you. It's not your imagination, it's your spirit team making themselves known. Your sensitivity is no longer a weakness, but a doorway to higher realms. 5. The power to manifest accelerates. Thoughts become things fast. Intentions crystallize into reality with surprising speed. If you hold doubt, it may show up. But if you root in clarity and love, the universe will respond in kind. You become not just a dreamer, but a conscious co-creator of your destiny. This is not mere fantasy. These are real energetic patterns many sensitive souls are already reporting, and as 2025 draws near, they will only intensify. So if these experiences resonate, if you've been feeling different lately, more awake, more aware, more pulled to a purpose you can't quite explain, then perhaps it's not coincidence. Perhaps you've been activated. And if that's true, then you're not alone. In the next part, we'll explore the collective role of those who carry the signs and how their awakening could transform the very future of our world. If 2025 is indeed a spiritual turning point as prophesied and deeply felt by many, then it's not enough to just observe. You must prepare. The markings on your palm may be ancient, but your role in this timeline is very current. This moment calls not for fear, but for readiness. So, how do you align yourself with the energy of awakening? How do you rise to meet what's coming? Here are 5 powerful steps to help you prepare for this transformative year. 1. Trust your intuition without hesitation. Your inner voice is your compass in times of change. Start listening to the whispers, those gut feelings, sudden insights, or persistent dreams. They are not random. They are messages. And the more you follow them, the louder and more accurate they become. Intuition is not magic. It's ancient intelligence returning to you. 2. Embrace change. Don't resist it. 2025 will shake the foundations of what no longer serves humanity. That includes you. Change may come swiftly, relationships ending, careers shifting, identities evolving. Let go of what's falling apart and trust that what's being built is far greater. The discomfort is temporary. The alignment is permanent. 3. Become a creator of opportunity, not a victim of circumstance. The old world rewarded survival. The new world rewards creation. Instead of waiting for things to happen, begin creating space internally and externally for what you want to emerge. Start a project. Speak your truth. Show up. Those who take initiative now will become the architects of the future. 4. Deepen your spiritual practice. Whether it's meditation, prayer, journaling, energy work, or simply spending time in nature, make space every day to connect with something greater than yourself. This is how you stay anchored amid the noise. Spiritual practice isn't a luxury, it's your survival kit for the energetic shifts ahead. 5. Develop leadership in your own unique way. Leadership doesn't always look like standing at the front of a crowd. Sometimes it's holding space for healing. Sometimes it's setting an example in silence. But leadership will be needed in times of upheaval. People seek light. Be that light. Sharpen your skills. Speak with clarity. Act with integrity. These steps aren't just preparation, they're activation. The world doesn't need you to be perfect. It needs you to be present, fully alive, awake to your gifts, open to your purpose. Because when 2025 arrives, it will faster than you think, you won't want to be caught unprepared. Coming up next, we'll uncover the ancient connection between your destiny and the stars, and why what's written in your palm may also be written in the sky. If you carry these sacred signs, the M in your palm, the crescent moon etched beneath your thumb, know this. You were never ordinary. You were chosen, not for privilege, but for purpose. The world is not asking you to wait. It's asking you to wake up. 2025 isn't just another year on the calendar. It's a cosmic invitation, a call to rise, a time when the veils grow thin and those who are ready will step forward not as followers, but as guides. If you're hearing this message and feeling it stir something deep within you, it's because it was meant for you. You are not here by accident. The universe is aligning and the path is opening. Your time is now. Now, take a moment. Look at your palm. Do you see the letter M? Do you find a crescent moon near your thumb? If you do, you're not alone. And your story is just beginning. Drop a comment below. Tell us if you found these signs, or if you felt the spiritual shift that's already unfolding. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a moment on this journey. We're just getting started. In the upcoming videos, we'll dive deeper into your destiny, spiritual awakening, and how to truly step into your higher path. Your transformation is your gift to the world, and we're here to walk this path with you together.